Welcome everyone back to this XTC series. My name is Chris, and we've got an interesting matchup here between Team France and Team US Islands. Um, this is utilizing the old points, the 20-point format. Um, so that's why you don't see any points listed next to ships, because the overlay has the new points. Um, but yeah, so uh, representing the U.S. Islands, we have Anthony, also known as Innkeeper. Um, yes, he has 6 Techno Union bombers. One of them with Dark One probe droids, um, munitions failsafe, and plasma torpedoes. And then the rest just have plasma torpedoes, concussion bombs, and delayed fuses. Um, and then we have Doofus, not the Doofus, just DFS 311 with independent calculations. They all have struts. And then on Erwin's side, we have Vonreg, Proud Tradition, Fanatical, Magpulse, Standard Loadout, Kylo. The only correct way to build Blackout with advanced optics, sensor scramblers, and sensitive controls. And then Terex with Biohexacrypt, Tactical Officer, Deadman Switch, and Baffle. Um, yeah, so this should be an interesting matchup. Uh, this series, last I checked, is tied 1-1. Currenton got his win over uh, Juan, and Cyril got it. Or I'm sorry, Kenton. Kenton got his win over Cyril. So this is a pretty important game for the U.S. Islands and Team France here. Um, as always, every game in the finals um, is a ancient knowledge, and here we go. So the initiative won't matter ever, as Anthony has all I1s, but I'm interested to see what he does facing down just a stream of really powerful first order ships. Okay, that's blackout. Oh, Terex is going to get his lock out there and, yeah, get it out on Vonreg. I think Erwan realizes that the way to win this game is to go fast. And for Anthony, it's try to kill ships. I mean, that's the name of the game. That's the name of X-Wing. So I am a bit frazzled. Um, I was just working on my car. I hit a deer the other night, so I'm not completely here. Um, but I hope everyone else is doing okay. Looks like Kylo's going to be brave, and honestly, when you have proton torpedoes, the ability to double mod your torpedoes, and really not that strong hyenas, Kylo, I think, can be brave. I'm interested to see if Anthony grabs the ancient knowledge at all. The other important thing is they both need to remember that they score one if they have it, plus an additional one if they have more. Unlike the new point system where it's 2 and 4. Downside with these 7-chip lists is it does take a while. So, it does take a while to set up. I mean, the thing with Tony is every list he faces is aces. He's always moving first and always shooting last. I'm assuming we're discussing system phase. If he wants to decloak blackout. Gonna drop concussion bombs with yellow and green. Probably to say, hey Kylo, you can't come back here. And if you do, you're in trouble. And blackout does decloak. Which leads me to believe that we're probably going to get a 3-bank boost. Actually, no, a 3-bank, 3-bank focus, I'm guessing, or a 2-bank focus. Well, here go the locks on the Kylo. And a barrel roll lock from the yellow Techno Union Bomber. Um, One hard probably doesn't touch the rock, so you're right. He's probably just going to one hard line up those canceled mods or whatever, and then sensitive controls next turn. I always forget that Blackout can do that. I'll be honest, I'm not super paying attention right now because I'm just sort of distracted. Gonna claim the knowledge with pink. Well, I mean, you have DFS to pass off, what's it called? Yeah, I was gonna say, DFS can pass off a calculate. I'd pass it off to Brown, just so everyone in that little cluster there. Oh, okay, didn't do a one hard, did a two bank. And Kylo came in super fast. So those hyenas are not going to be able to fire off their plasmas, but should be able to. Well, they'll have to drop their concussions again. Benefit is you're not taking a proton torpedo. Downside is you're not firing your plasmas. Yeah, this is why I don't like clustering your tokens together like that. And I assume Terex just claims the knowledge? Or not Terex, Vonreg? We are playing Ancient Knowledge. Okay, he's gonna be fancy about it. Barrel roll and then claim the knowledge. And yep, Brown gets the calculate. No shot there. Kylo, range one in the yellow. Yellow has no mods. And Kylo, not a great roll for Kylo. One hit so far, spends the lock. I spoke too soon. Hitting three crits into yellow. Oh, but he natties out and only takes two crits. Crit one, damaged engine, and a wounded pilot. So that could have been a lot worse. Gonna go into pink here, probably to try and strip that calculate. Three hits into pink. Pink is just going to take 2. Oops. I didn't see who this is into, so we'll see if it matters. And it doesn't. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of places for Kylo to go next turn. But Plasma Torpedo time. Assuming spend the lock. So that's going to be minimum 2 shields. So 3 hits into Terex. And here's another Plasma. So 2 crits so far. And takes a crit on Terex. That's half a Terex. Damage sensor array into Terex. So now we got yellow range 1 into Kylo. Gonna spend the lock. Hit crit into Kylo. And Kylo takes a crit. So now range 2 obstructed into blackout. This shouldn't do anything. And it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it says there's an evade there. So. And no shot from 311. So point apiece. Yeah, not a bad trade overall. I'm just going to double check. Is Terex really only... Oh yeah, Terex really only is 3 points. So, yeah, I mean, 2 of your bombers are hurt pretty bad, but you got half of Terex. You plinked a shield off of Kylo. Kylo's about to eat anywhere between 2 and 4 bombs. Like, there's nowhere safe for Kylo to go, which means you're going to get half a Kylo. And Terex can't coordinate, what's it called? Terex can't coordinate, Vonreg. So he is in a very good spot here. And we're going to get another probe droid drop. Why? Because why not? What up, Andrew? Part of me wishes Red here had a concussion. Just carpet bombing Kylo would be so cool. And the benefit is Kylo doesn't have an easy way to turn around. I mean, looking at the silencer's dial, he could two bank or two hard. I mean, if he two hards, he might take a concussion because he'll have to barrel roll. Yeah, I think Pink's gonna fuse. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if all three of these hyenas in the middle drop and fuse. Are dice not being registered anymore? Alright, they paused the time. Dice control is now enabled. Alright, let's roll again and see what happens, gentlemen. There we go. Somehow dice control got disabled. I think if you're Tony, and yeah, you can kind of see it here. Well, um, you've got Kylo scared, and Terex is the issue with Terex has Dead Man Switch, so you don't want to take too much damage. But yeah, this is the carpet bomb I expected, or carpet bombing. And a barrel roll from Blackout. Excuse me. Which alludes to me that he's going to do a hard two. Yeah, absolutely needs to block Kylo. Blue's going to claim. Red does the hard three. And is going to target lock Terex. Talon roll from green. Not sure I'm a huge fan of that. Calculate and rolls for wounded. And fine. Oh no, brown on the rock. Yeah, red could have taloned, but I think this is a all-in on Terex. I mean, we saw what happened. He fired two single-modded plasmas into Terex, and look at where Terex is at right now. Gonna target lock Terex again. Did he put a stress? Because he barrel rolled, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, this dead man switch could be a problem. Um, well, Kylo, I think no matter what is taking a bomb here. I almost think you have to boost left. Because you cannot turn away from these hyenas. Problem is you're going to get shot by green and not have a return shot no matter what. Yeah. So he is going to take... Actually, he could barrel roll, but I think he still eats a bomb. Yeah, blue, what's it called? Fusing that bomb really doesn't help. Plus side is green is fully healthy, so and Kylo either has to flip it face up or strain himself. But Vonreg is going to target lock. Target lock pink. Nope. 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 So Kylo's going to take a bomb. And he is going to strain himself, which does help a little. Then all those fuses come off. Surely you give it to pink. I would give it to pink. Yeah, because you're about to get lit up by Blackout. Blackout and Monreg. Firing a mag pulse. So, I do like that. Gonna spend the lock on one. And, I mean, he could spend everything and not take a damage, but... he's thinking about it. Oh, I forgot to... And, yep, he spends everything and takes nothing. So, range 3. So, gets the obstruction, gets the range bonus, loses 2. So, only a hit crit, though, in the pink. And pink spends a calculate, takes a crit. And panicked pilot on pink. And now this dead man switch is fatal. Well, no, it's not. So where is Kylo gonna shoot? Gonna shoot green. And hit, crit in the green. Spends the calculate. So that's half a green. So blinded. Ooh. Spends his last force, flips it up. And now green actually can't spend his lock. And green is safe from Terex. So getting blinded there is brutal. He is going to go range 1. And it's only going to be a crit, unfortunately. And Kylo's fine. So... plasma from red. If he kills Terex, then everything's going to take a damage. Well, Terex has taken at least 1. Terex takes 2 and is alive on 1. Well, now I think you have to kill him. And Terex goes down, but blue, brown, and pink all take damage. And I think the only other shots are Pink and Aterix. Hey, hit crit. And Terex takes a shield. And now you got a range 2. Or Vonreg, I mean. And nothing. So 5-4 for Anthony. And yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I kept saying Terex. I meant Vonreg. Words are hard. Pink is probably dead here from a concussion. But um, where does Kylo go? I could see a hard 2 to the left. Hard 2 to the left, go after yellow. Oh yeah, I thought green was facing the other way. Yeah. Uh yeah, yellow hard 1. The problem with the roll is he might get stressed. I think Anthony can't be afraid to take a damage on Kyle on yellow. Actually, he can't even hard 1. He has damaged engines. Yellow actually can't hard turn. He could hard 2 and then barrel roll, but a hard 1 is not likely. No, you're thinking the bombardment drone. Yellow is not stressed. Well, I guess we're about to see what happens. So here come the last concussions from green and yellow. Okay. Gonna fuse on yellow. And gonna fuse greens. And then blue has to drop. Which I don't think you fuse this one. Pink has to drop. And yellow has to drop. I think you fuse yellows. Gonna fuse pinks. And gonna fuse browns. And a barrel roll in the system phase from blackout. Ooh! Someone remembered Vonreg's trigger? Brown hops off. That's pink. That's pink. Just do that. Brown. Yeah, DFS doesn't care, but it's the fact that someone remembered his ability. Going for the block with pink. And gonna target lock. Then red. Yep, barrel roll. Blue actually might be just close enough that he gets clipped by his own thing. I don't like this. Yeah, you can't barrel roll. So green's gonna eat a bomb. Fixes blinded. And yellow fixes nothing because it was a hard one. Did a hard 2. Well, blackout's about to eat a bomb. Actually, no, he'll just barrel roll out. Oh, he can't. Oh. And Kylo is facing the wrong way? This is actually pretty big for Anthony here. Because he's only going to take one shot. He's not going to take any shots. Erwan turned away with everyone. That's big. That's really big. Obviously, he's going to barrel roll. Wow. So red no longer has a shot, but blue and pink still do. So blackout takes one. Green takes one. And, oh, green goes down. Yeah, he ate his own bombs, but he's not getting shot this round. So, yeah, so no shots. Red might have a shot. He needs to check with red. But plasma torpedo. And hit, crit, crit. Von Reg has to spend to not take anything. So what's he going to spend? If he doesn't spend, this is half of Von Reg. Spends the focus. All right, so we check with red now. Red has a shot. Plasma from red. 3 hits. And Von Reg, natties. And you have to calculate. Should be 2 hits. Yeah. Calculate 2 hits. Spends the knowledge, but that's still half of Von Reg. And yellow has a shot into Kylo. So 1 damage into Kylo is half points. And Kylo's fine. So 8-7 now. Yes, Blue's shot was obstructed. Barely, but it was, yes. So Blackout's probably just going to run away now. Um, there is one more concussion drop from Brown, Pink, and Blue. So Kylo turning in will give up half points. But Kylo probably just turns around, says, I don't give a shit. I have a proton torpedo going at yellow. So this has been a close game overall. And while there's roughly 25, 26 minutes left, give or take, um, I think we have two, maybe three more rounds. Not because anyone's playing slow, but Anthony just does have a lot of ships. No, Kylo 100% here. Kylo, um, 4Ks. He has a lock on yellow up here, so he's gonna 4K and fire a proton torpedo. Yeah, red doesn't have any bombs, which is why with brown, pink, and blue, you fuse them all. Yeah, you're 100% right, Kevin. He's got to figure out where to go. He has to predict where his opponent's going. He has to drop the bombs in the right location. It takes a while. Not just the damaged engine on yellow, but also the disabled power regulator, or not disabled power regulator. Um, the one that you can only do focus actions. Damage sensor array on green. Yeah, brown claims. That's the only reasonable action. Is he really not going to fuse blues? Yeah, he's not going to fuse blues. I think he thinks Kylo's turning in. Well, that is every single concussion bomb in the list. It's brown claims. Pink is still on it. Blue is going to barrel roll. I also don't think he has. Pink still has both their plasmas, and brown has one plasma. So there's really not a lot of plasmas left either. And yellow. Yellow's going to eat a concussion. So here's the thing, Andrew. If he kills yellow, I don't think Anthony has the firepower to take back the lead. Ugh, and yellow is stressed. Well, red's gonna eat two bombs. That is not what you want to see. Gonna barrel roll left, unfortunately. And just the rotate from 311. So here we go. Yep, 4K from Kylo. Talon roll from Blackout. And a K turn from Vonreg. Well, yellow's going to take one. Then red takes two. So that's half a yellow. I think blue? Yeah, I'm not a fan of his positioning anymore. He had great positioning last round. This round, not so much. So if he gets... Oh, okay, he's depleted. Gonna try to push through one. And that's why I said you give it to blue. Because now you don't get that calculate at all. So 3v2 in the red. And he could spend the ancient knowledge to try. Isn't going to. Red's on one. And now Kylo just has yellow. So proton torpedo in yellow. And yellow's probably dead here. Yellow's dead. And now I don't know if there's a way. I mean, he gets a plasma. He gets a plasma out to blackout? Plasma? Oh, he's out of plasmas. So 2 hits in the blackout. Blackout takes takes nothing. A crit in the Von Reg. Nothing. Uh, well, Von Reg's gonna take 1. So if Brown has a shot here, and he's not even gonna check with Brown. Yeah, Tony could have flipped Proud, but it's not something people remember. So now Blackhat's just going to come in. Thankfully, Red has to eat another shot for Erwan to get 2 more points. But if you kill Von Reg, you get, I think it's, let me double check. If you kill Von Reg, you get 3 more points, so it's not a lot. Yeah, well, this is 20 point FO, fam. So I don't know how 50 point FO is, but So, how does Tony get into this? Get back into this, I mean. I don't know if he can. Blue, 2 bank. I mean, kill Vonreg, get 3 points. Did he dial in a 3 straight on Brown? No, he dialed in a 3 bank. Okay. Okay, he dialed in a 3 straight on Brown and just assumed it flew off the board. Well, that's probably the game then. And Kylo, just for good measure, is going to target lock 311. And Vonreg's going to get away. So, Team France will be taking this one and go up in the series 2-1, unless by some miracle the game doesn't end here. Of course, it's just Kylo Ren who rolls nuts. So, like I said, yeah. So, and there's the last damage. So your final score will be 22-10. And dice stats, Innkeeper had better dice overall. But